Everybody, welcome back to the stream. Hi guys. We're back at PoE 2. We're back on our Titan with our machine gun Rambo wizard using Amber Fusillade instead of Scattering Calamity. So welcome guys. I'll quickly go through my build. This is probably gonna be maybe the final update or patch on the build, unless there's anything more significant that we change. So for anyone who doesn't know or curious, so this is what we are working on right now here is a Amber Fusillade Rambo wizard build on a Titan. Essentially the mechanic is that we're able to use the Amber Fusillade and all these hovering kind of skills. The original version was from just get his name right again. Was from Shadow Edwin, and his is a version using Scattering Calamity. So my version is based on Amber Fusillade. It's just another alternative that I wanted to try out to see if it works, assuming that you cannot get Scattering Calamity. Reason because it's actually easier depending on how you look at it to get 5 slots on Amber Fusillade instead of the Scattering Calamity, which requires a level 20 stuff. Alright. Without further ado, let's jump straight into this. I'm going to talk about what we have right here. So right here we have Amber Fusillade. I'll go through the build. First I will go through the gear, followed by the skills. We go through skills first, followed by the gear, and lastly you'll give a quick look at the passive tree. Alright, several caveats before I begin. Number one, scattering. In terms of skills, Scattering Calamity will still be the better one. Absolutely. Amber Fusillade is not even close. Alright, what I did is try to make it as close as I can to Scattering Calamity, but honestly I feel that Scattering Calamity after my testing is still the better one. You have better clears, safer clears, faster clears, and your survivability is way better. Alright, but as a not really a cheaper alternative but a quick starter, or if you just want to play like a mage Titan, I think this is a great place to start. Right. The build for this is I think is only limited towards Titan because of certain passive skills that we require. I'll talk about that then later. So essentially the crux of the mechanic is to reduce the cast, increase your cast time and reduce the duration as much as you can, right? So first, if we're going to look at the scale, first one is Amber Fusillade. What we have here is we employ compressed duration to reduce the scale effect of duration, how long the scale hovers, followed by considered casting. So this combined with certain passives which I'll talk about later in the tree, allows it such that your animation of casting the skill is a bit slower compared to the hovering, so that your bullets will fly off before the cast actually resets the duration for all our active embers, right? So this is what happened to a lot of over skill, is that as you hold the skill, every time you hold, you actually reset once you hit the max number of embers. So one reason why I say that, so if you can see Amber for this Amber Fusillade, it only gives you up to 12 embers. So one reason why I say Scattering Calamity is slightly better is because, just find the Scattering Calamity I have on me. Apologize for that. Let me just pull this out. Okay, right here. So if you look at Scattering Calamity, you get lesser spirits, right? But actually you get increased damage for each sprite fired as well as it chains. And these are all very important. And most importantly, sprites are doing lightning damage with shocks. The shocks is one of the, if you played PoE too long enough, you know that shock is one of the most important buffs that you try to get in as much as you can, right? And yes, lightning has this. So we're running on cast on critical. We're trying to spec as much critical as we can to call cast on critical. Lightning ice has the highest critical, but lightning has a moderate and typically quite high critical as well compared to Ember, which is very low base critical chance. Right. So beyond, I will say first, my build is also pretty expensive. It's cheap for now, but actually when you're gonna start playing, it's quite expensive. So, and I think we have Rakatia Flow because again we are doing fire damage, so I'm inverting it. Pinpoint critical to increase my critical chance because of Ember Fusillade is very low crits. Alright. Hopefully by the end I am able to get the crit. My crit chance from my tree high enough, so I will ditch this and instead I will put in a Swift Affliction. And last of all, I have Fog. Okay, compulsory if you Ember Fusillade, I think it's compressed duration, considered casting, pinpoint critical, and Fog. You will need this. The reason why you want Fog is because without the chain that you get from Calamity, you don't get enough screen wipe clear. So with Fog, you can get more projectiles flying off from your Ember Fusillade, and then you get a bit more clear. If not, let me just show you. You get a couple of bullets flying off, but it's not enough to do clear speed, high clear speed. Right. Next thing that you have is cast on critical. There are a few versions that you can go by this. I know some people do sort of. You can follow the version that's placed by Shadow Edwin. I think he does more active casting. For me, when my personal playstyle of PoE 2 is the less buttons I press, the better. So I try to reduce the amount. So the way I get shot in is by doing arc with shot conduction to increase the amount of chance I can shot, and I shot enemies and amount of shot I can deal to other enemies in the area. I have blind being dealt as well, because eventually this will lead on to our frozen darts, which are able to do blinds, increase critical on blind side. So I have my arc on cast on critical because this will increase I'll be able to shot enemies, get energy for cast on ailment. We fed into frost dart, which will crit, which feeds back into cast on critical, and they'll feed into each other, so I can get more bullets flying off. Alright. Next thing that you need is time of need. Because you shorten your duration by so much, you have very short duration, so you recover life and you swap between elemental ailments and curses very quickly, remove curses and ailments very quickly, and you gain a lot of life regen. I have vitality in because, so I'm still playing around. I take vitality because it's less. So I have spirit to run this, so vitality is not required in this. But if you have the added spirit, you can put in either vitality or cannibalism. I'm still playing around one or the other. I think cannibalism is way better for map clearing because you're constantly killing enemies. You get better sustain. Sustain is very important. I'd like to tell you why because later. But I think vitality, so I can forget about killing enemies. I just get a constant life regen. Right. Next thing that you need is Orb of Storms. This will able to generate you the lightning remnant that you need, Fusion Remnant, for you to put into Flame Wall, which adds lightning damage to your projectile. This is very important because this would increase the damage that your Flame Wall deals significantly. Or your bullets, your Ember Fusillade does significantly. Alright. And then last of all, we have Elemental Weakness, again, elemental damage, and Frost Bomb to deal exposure. Alright. This is all it is. For Elemental Weakness and Flame Wall, you want to extend duration. That's where weapon switching comes into play. And Sigil Power as well. The biggest spell damage. This is very standard mage setup. So Sigil Power for the increased spell damage. And then for Orb of Storms, Time of Need, and Ember Fusillade, you want to reduce duration as much as you can. And that plays into your weapon swap. Sorry, just quickly, I think I missed this out. I think it's very standard for any of the cast on certain effect. You want to put in your energy retention and boundless energy. Just get more energy and cast much better. Alright. I'm out. So this is all the support gems that you put into your various and skills that you use. Orb of Storm, yeah, very standard rapid casting, overabundance, harmonic remnants, compressed duration, reduce. So you get essentially this is just to help you, let you get your remnants as quickly as you can. That's about it. Swift Affliction, I just do it just for a bit more damage, right? But basically, by that, this is not supposed to be your damage dealing. You're just supposed to get your lightning remnant. Alright, your damage dealing should only be Ember Fusilier. Okay. Next, let me just talk about gear. So I think most important, two of the most important piece of gear that you need. Number one is Mater's Crown. Okay, before I talk about it. So right now, if you see I have no mana, I'm actually running on life cost on Titan. So if you look at the tree, okay, let me just talk about tree first before the gear. So I'm running on blood magic, so everything is turned to life cost. This is possible to run on mana. You probably need very high mana regen, so you probably need something like let me just find the Mind Over Matter. No, not Mind Over, yeah. Maybe some not Mind not Mind Over Matter. Oh, I forgot what is the. Let me just do a very quick search. Mana. Let me just find. Yes, anything that gives high mana regen. Oh, I can't remember off the top of my head what is the thing. Sorry, I really can't think of it. Yeah, so like maybe something like Mind Over Matter and all sorts, right? And essentially anything that increases your mana regen. Yeah, your mana regen, and then you probably need Mind Over Matter and all that lah. So you want to build as much mana as you can to sustain this. I do life, so I don't have to bother about mana sustain. But that comes with a problem because you can see my life is about 3k. Next, the other most important thing is your staff. Because of the... So I've tested Warn and Focus. There's an interplay on that. So from that, you can able to get higher spell skills levels. But you suffer from a lot from damage because... So this... You need as much damage as you can. So one of the ways Scaling Cavalry is so good and why the stuff is so good, because you're able to get this affix, which is the increased spell damage per 100 maximum life. This gives you a lot of spell damage boost. So I got the max roll on this. This is one of my best stuff I ever crafted out of random. I cannot believe I crafted this, but this is just a great craft. 5%. So this gives me over 150% increased spell damage. Alright? But so the reason why you do stuff is because you can only roll this on stuff. And I would say this is the most important skill that you want. Alright? There are two important, this is an Ultimate Desecration they can get. It's either the increased projectile or the spell damage. I think either one is fine on a staff that you're able to desecrate and roll for this. Right? But I would say get the spell damage over the projectile because you can easily add projectiles through the runes. Like a 50% chance, not 100, but it's better than nothing. Right? So let me just go through the stats that you want. You want increased spell damage. You want as high spell level as you can. And most importantly, you want the spell damage per maximum 100 life. Right now, mine is primarily focused on fire damage because Ember Fusilier. But ideally, I would say that what you want on the staff would be a very high base increase spell damage. High increase 5% spell damage on life. So because that would increase all the spell damage here. Right now, only my Ember Fusilier is getting the very high damage. Essentially, all my other stuff like the Frost Darts and the Arc are not getting the damage up wise. Right? You might ask why I don't do Fireball or any other fire skills. The reason is because they don't fire as much. You don't get the Rambo machine gun feel. You really need the cast on critical for that really rapid fire. Alright? If you try to do Ember Fusilier on this casting, you don't get as much high damage because you gotta waste a lot of your other trees to include compressed duration and considered casting on these two to get it running essentially. Alright, so without those you can't get it running. Okay, I don't think it's worth it. I think it's better to get other spells. You get multiple different kind of elements. You probably get higher damage from that. This craft is very simple. You can just simply buy a magic staff with any spell damage and spell skills. You can easily get a critical chance on spells using the essence. You can homogenize next. You can put in your Ultimate Desecration prefix first, right? This because it's a prefix, and then just homogenize the rest of the stats. You don't really care. You don't really want cast speed, so that's the worst one to get. Then next, for the if you can get a spell damage from one, that'd be great. And then the rest, you just get as much spell damage as you can. You don't want mana. Mana is useless unless you're running a mana build. Right, next, we want, so the runes that you put is to get additional projectiles, to get as much projectiles as you can. So, because that's what you're lacking of. Because you don't have the chain, you want as many projectiles firing off. Alright? Next one, I've tested it. It's way better than increased spell damage. More bullets firing means more chance to cast, get your afflictions, get your crits in, more energy, more bullets flying out. Next, Mater's Crown is important because for if you're running like me as life cost build, you get increased maximum life. You get no elemental resistance, so you purely get reductions through armor. And with that, you'll be able to. One good thing about that is means you can forget about elemental resistance. You just have to care about life and care resistance on all your gear. In somewhat, that actually makes the choices of gear that you can pick way better, more free. But also again, means you need to set as much armor as you can. You know, it's a juggle. So depending on what you want, you can decide. I'll recommend just going for this element resistance because this build is very high spirit cost. To get an amulet or any gear with high spirit and high resistance is very, very expensive. So if you can get rid of resistance as out of the equation, you can get a high spirit amulet or armor quite easily. Alright. Next, I think the most expensive thing that you probably start off with that you must get in any build if you start off with this build will be your amulet. You need high spirit and ideally +3 or spell skills. Everything else, just try to get max life, armor, and all that. This is not ideal. I got mana, but whatever. It's fine. I took this because I want the rarity stack, so this gives me as much rarity as I can. It's a good rarity stack, so this will help me achieve the 150% rarity lah. This is for farming. If you're not farming, you probably don't need this. You probably can get some other amulet with +3 spell skill. Without rarity, I think you can get something way better. High armor stack, high max life stack also. Alright. Next, I think what you want, I'm running 2 vendor gambles. What you get from here is high max life, high spirit, high rarity. Again, because this is out of the equation, a lot of these are high spirit, high life, high rarity is quite cheap. You can get right now actually you can get in 1 divine each actually. Because you don't have any care about elemental resistance, who cares? It's negative, it's not gonna affect you. You got no elemental resistance already. So not gonna matter at all. Right? So you can get high spirit and high max life. Essentially that's what you want. Next we talk about armor. You want as high armor as you can. You need a additional spirit roll as on this as well. Spirit. You want chaos resist and armor on elemental damage. That's all you need. Okay, you need armor and damage. This increase your damages even further, and as high armor as you can. Well, mids are the same. You want chaos resistance, armor. If you can, even rarity too. This gives you the high rarity that you need to stack up, because you don't. I think you lose your hit gear slot for rarity, so you need rarity in every other place. Next is your belt. Belt is also very simple. All you care about is chaos resistance, armor, and max life. That's it. Whatever other sets, whatever you get, that's great. Alright, not gonna matter at all. Boots wise, same thing. Rarity, armor, or elemental damage, life, movement speed as standard. That's all you want. In terms of the runes, you just stack as much armor as you can, and then for here, I'm just putting reduced movement speed penalty. You can actually put the movement speed runes. Whichever is fine. I think the most view is probably better, but I don't really want to spend the device on this. Okay. In terms of the charm, you need an Amethyst charm. So you recoup life and mana. And then the other two I think it's a throw of dice, depending on what you have. You can get either bleeding, frozen, stun, slow, whatever. The charms really don't matter. Whatever that you want. Chiming stuff, doesn't matter. Get whatever as high level you can get. All you care about here is cast speed and spell skills. Alright. Okay, one last thing to note about the pyrophyte stuff. I think the only thing that you really want, if ideally, is a +6 all spell skills and +2 all spell damage. That will equally boost all your damage throughout all of this. Okay. Right now you don't have that, so I don't have that, so it's only on. I'm doing pure fire damage now. Maybe I can later show you if I'll try to put in. I'll bring Amber Fuseled skill stones and put it in. I'll show you the difference in terms of damage. Okay. We can get a feel about where it goes. Okay. Now we talk about the tree. Most important, that I think this is another expensive investment that you get to make this build running is Tech Rod. You need the Tech Rod. Most importantly, you want the Sacrifice of Blood. They help you sustain you much further. The seed really is, I think it's just luck. You just gotta find something that's useful. I think I was quite lucky with this. I managed to get the Spirit Reservation, and like Spirit Reservation is very important. Because without that, the spirit cost will be too expensive for you to run, right? I probably can even use this on my minion, and because Spirit Reservation, I can run more minions, and I have stuff like cooldown strength, or even attack damage here, life recovery rate. All this is all very useful. Cooldown not gonna matter, but like again, I think there's a life energy shield recharge rate, max energy shield. All these are very useful on my minion build. But anyway, you just need Tech Rod, and at the seed, I think it's just depending on what you get lah. You can play around. So things you can get is Spirit Reservation, life, spell damage, all that will be good. If you look at my tree, everything is basically you just get as much armor as you can, as much crit. Important passives that you need to get is the Sneer at Hand. Reduce skill effect duration as much as you can. There's one tree set here, and the other one is here. Right? Just get as much as you can, all of that. Right? Next thing that we want. I've never tried Black Flame Covenant. I think that you probably could run that. Right? But again, it's chaos, so it means that you probably want to go for a chaos build. So chaos resistance and all that. Might be interesting trying to try that out, but I think most of the critical damage is based on elemental damage, so I never run chaos. Alright. Next, what else is there that we can talk about? Yeah, so everything is just armor lah. Just get as much armor that deflect damage. You can essentially follow the tree from Shadow Admin. Yeah, Tech Rod. That is a very expensive build. So again, then on the second weapon set, you get increased exposure effect for your frost bomb and all that. Increased curse duration. Yada yada yada. So your curse lasts longer. So right now, in terms of, I guess I'm level 7. Honestly, this build is a bit glass cannony. You cannot tank a lot of things. You pretty much you have to dodge most of the boss attacks. You don't get one shotted. That's the only problem. You gotta kill them before they kill you. My damage is not there yet. So honestly, for this build on mine, I would recommend hitting level 90 first. Before trying this out. Oh yeah, so I really want Titan because you need this 50% increase more passive skills. You need this to decrease the duration sufficiently for it to be a machine gun on Amber Fusilier. Right. So basically that's all the passives. Yeah. Armor now is at 81%. Not high enough actually for me. That's what I personally think. You still get one shotted by random nonsense. Chaos resistance not that high. Not in 89%. Is what it is. I think I'll just take that. I did get 90%. Again, okay, for the jewels, you want high spell damage, critical chance. These are two things that you want. Critical chance and high spell damage. Everything else, I think, whatever if I can get, just take it. Elemental damage. I think I can get this quite cheaply actually, most of this. I got some of the very expensive gems also. So Heart of Well. Okay, so Heart of Well for me, I am running cold damage. Reason because if for Frost Dart, if you see, if it hits a trigger frozen, it causes frozen ice to do additional damage on the ground. So this will be, I think in the build from Shadow Admin, he actually uses Frozen Nova to cause chill. Again, I like to press as little buttons as I can. So instead, I put my cold damage on the Heart of Well. Alright. I know what some people run is Arc, followed by Embiter and the... What's the other one? What's the other rune? Let me just find it for you. And I think it's Atalu's Bloodletting. Right, so you get additional cold damage in, and then you can do shock and cold damage. But for me, instead I would run shock conduction. Alright. Instead to get more shock. So again, the reason why I say Calamity is better is because you're able to do double frost stats on this instead, so you get more bullets flying off. Mine is not really a full-on Rambo, but it's good enough. Alright, I think let's just do quick mapping. I can just show you how this build works. Honestly, it's not the best build, honestly, but it's very frost cannony, but I think it's sufficient to clear most things. Yes. Right? Okay, let me just I don't have enough gem cutter prism. Let me just upgrade my Ember Fusilet. Let me just show you. Nope.
Let's see if there are any takers.
Right. Okay. Then we'll get the... Let me just search up Concy. We're gonna need considered casting, as well as the compressed duration tool. Right. So another reason why I don't want to run double Ember Fusilet is because the crit rate only is not high, so I can't fit the crit from here into here. It doesn't work that way. So that's why right now on this I'm running frost darts. But I can show you. Maybe this is a problem with controller. Sometimes I can't bring it over there. Okay, never mind. Let me just show you the current setup first. Go to a map.
How can I help?
I'm running out of maps. Reason because they do a lot of testing on this. It takes up, and I keep on dying, so it takes up a lot of the maps. But let's see. Let me just show you. Yeah, again, level is too low. 87. It's very difficult. You probably, I think, like you need like a level 90 kind of set. At least level 90 on the character before you switch over. That's my opinion lah. Before you can use it steadily because you get enough bricks. So again you see you need the forking because so again look, so you're doing a machine gun. So you just essentially all you do is hold down Ember Fusilet, and you should kill everything. You just fire off. So that arcs off. So again, another reason why, because it doesn't change, right? Your Ember Fusilet, you don't get enough map wide clear. So that's another reason why I actually put in on cast on critical instead, because you crit more often than the cast on elemental ailment. Yeah, as you can see, you take a lot of damage. But yeah. So you want to get Ember. Suppose I put arc on that so you can get a bit more AoE clear as well from the arc. And you get a decent amount of quicks to kill each other. I won't run the ritual yet because honestly on this build, because your AoE clear is not high enough, right? Running rituals are very, at least on my current level, running ritual is very dangerous. So I don't like running rituals on that. Show you. Yeah. So again, I think Shadow Every done a great job. Done a great job. Honestly, the Calamity is still a way better one. You know, why is there no music? Give me a sec. Is it? Why is there no sound? Give me a moment. Why is there no sound? Is it me or is there no music coming up? Huh. Right, so you just have to hold down. Oh, shit, get out. This is some Malcolm bullshit. Yup, there you go. Okay, give me a sec. Let me just figure out the sound. I wonder why there's no music coming from. Alright. Yeah, let me just make sure you guys hear the sound? Not sure why. Let me just check on the stream. Make sure there's music coming up. Because there's no music coming from my side. Do you guys have sound? Or is there no sound coming out? Huh. Wait a minute. Is there no sound? Is it? Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. I know why. Okay, it's a bit loud, I think. Give me a sec. Let me just turn the sound down. Yeah, I think it's a bit loud. Let me just turn it down. Okay. Okay, should be better now. Hope you guys can hear me. Wait, let me just... Can you guys hear? Yeah. Okay, that's great. Nice. Alright, let's just continue. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, that's why you can see that's why you need the forking. I've tried multi-shot, not as good because multi-shot you lose a lot of damage. You lose the damage as well. So chaining you also lose damage. You lose like 40% damage. So and you don't get as much. You get one extra chain for 40% damage. It's not worthwhile at all. So that's why I think eventually I got down to it. I think forking is still the best. Because you do not lose damage from your base hit. You lose damage from the fork hit, but who cares, right? It's just like 30. It's not. It won't be as terrible. Alright. So yeah, so that's why in the end forking will still be the best. Okay, I think we're hitting the boss already. Okay, sure on the boss. We're careful on this boss also. So again, I think for most of this. Oh crap. Don't get stunned, please. Yeah, look at how fast my health drops. That's why I say this is this build is a bit class canny. So before going on any boss, just spam the lightning orb to build up that, and then can do that, and then drop that, and you can go just start firing off. Oof. Yeah, so your machine gun essentially. Okay. Oh. Yeah, so that's why you can see you need the firewall. It increases damage very sharply. And then, yeah, again, why I want my 150% weapon stack. This is why. It's for all of these blue drops. So, yeah. Oh well, okay. I think I missed out the piece and all that. I'll go back and do it, but let me just clear off my inventory first. No space. So just skip my currency first. We can go through the gear. So if we go through this, so I don't need any new stuff lah. So I can show a bit of crafting, but let me just skip that. I don't really sell things now because new league is coming. I don't think anybody's playing anymore. So if you saw, I pick up a lot of the. I mainly pick up a lot of stuff because I'm trying to get a good roll on the stars and all that. T4 spell damage. I can show you. I probably can show some crafting, I think. Can show on that one. It's a decently rolled staff with the 104% star damage. If you manage to get a additional one to be. Let's just see. Mana, okay, don't need that. This gone. Let's go. Okay, sure. Yeah, I should be crafting. Let me just go back first. Yeah. Dot shot. The only thing I rebuild, I think you need space to roll around because you just can't get hit. Okay, that's about it. Next one. Let me just try let me just level up first. Then I might try the triple Ember Fusillade. And we can see how well it runs. The only problem with that build is you don't get shot. Which is not ideal. Okay, let's go. I mean, we can get we probably can find some other way to get active skill to do stronger. Yeah. Yeah, look at it. This is why I don't like retro. Finish up. Okay, done. You can get that. Again, you can see why if you run Ember Fist, you need fog. Yep, so again, look at it. Yeah, again, you see you need the just like ooh, oh, look at it. Ooh. Yeah, glass cannon, you see. Essentially, if you manage to get the shots firing off, you'll be safe, and you'll be able to get them to fit into each other. So initially I wanted to try if I can run this on Infernalist. But it seems that we actually can't. Yeah, so the reason why I wanted to run this on try to run this is because with Infernalist I can sorry, let me just focus on this. I can forgo about mana problem as well using the Demon Flame and get very high spell damage as well. No, you want it to cast slower. No, you actually want it to cast slower. The slower, the better. That's why I have considered cast. No, you don't. Sorry, I shouldn't say you want to cast slower. You want the bullets to hover slower. So it's about the scale effect duration. So Ember Fusillade, the way it works is that you will spawn in the Ember Fusillades, but normally how you go is you spawn them in by holding the button. It spawns in your hover. After a certain time, it fires off. Right. Essentially, what you're trying to do is to reduce the time it takes for them to fire off, the time it takes for them to hover. So that if you look into the advanced info, if you can see there is this hover duration. Right, 0.17 seconds, you can see here, just below here, hover duration. you want to reduce this as much as you can so that it instantly fires off. That's why you need the hover, you need the skill effect duration reduced here and here. You reduce skill effect duration so it hovers at a shorter time, and more skill effect duration reduces in compressed duration. And then lastly, you do a considered casting in it. Very important. So the reason why is this considered casting? Okay, this is it's literally. I mean, in a sense, yes. So it's not really. I wouldn't call it cast faster. So if it's cast faster, you will want to maybe stack in like, what's that called? The higher cast speed. But actually, you don't want that. You don't want the higher cast speed because you want the considered casting to get to result in your skill animation being slightly slower, such that the system actually considers you that you have stopped casting and the bullets flies off. If you stack too high of a cast speed, you won't get that. I have no idea how Shadow or Envy managed to find that out, but that is just the coolest thing that I saw, and that's how it makes this thing even workable. Yes. Oh, come on, I want to level up, man. I'll do a beast last because I think this build simply good for bosses, terrible for mapping. If you can see here, I think this is a clear demonstration why I say it's very bad for mapping. Because without the chain you get from Scattering Calamity, that's what happened. You don't clear fast enough, although your damage is high. Honestly, right, in terms of amulet, right, Beacon of Aziz is not a bad one, except you don't get rarity, and that's the only thing that you lose out. Honestly, I think like in certain cases, if you have enough rarity stacks on your armor, right, you probably can run like Solar Amulet, and then you invert your resistance. You can quickly ignore resistances, which is very great. Would be great.
As expected.
Right.
Go.
Let's see. Wow. This is nice. That's a high armor roll, man. High life roll. Not very high, lah. T4. Essences. I don't think I can. Oh, I can plug this in. Oh. Oh yeah, doesn't matter. The rather. can look at the stuff then. I think I'd rather do the stuff. So you will have the spell damage and cast speed. So what you do is you can dump in a essence of seeking for critical chance of spell. Boom. Right. Followed by we got a prefix, that, and Ulaman. The Ulaman prefix weapon, right? Next thing that we can do is let me see. I think we have 4 already. We probably can try and go to your essences. We get the perfect. Which one is it? Sorcery. Don't really want to spend my exhaust on that.
Let's see if there are any takers.
Sorcery, right? And then let's hope it lands on the cast speed. Ooh. That's bad, but whatever. So oh wait a minute. What am I doing?
This is not the place.
So what we want is, let me just. So if you look at this, let me just pull out Craft of Exile. If you look at stuff, if you look at stuff damage 100 life, it has a life damage caster tag. So you will want to actually reroll out everything else before you try to open up this spell damage life tag. Because if you roll a life, you might get the gain of life enemy and all this and other life based. It'll be this lah, which you don't really want to gain life enemy. You don't really want this. You want like quick spells and all that. So that is why you actually will want to. Let me just see how much is a homogenizing. $200. Wow, that's expensive. I don't have anything used for basic chaos, so let me just
Post it right away.
So we can homogenize. You can you don't really care about what you get on the other, so let me just buy, can greater exalt that, and then let me get a greater exalt. That's very cheap anyway. Just need 1, what the heck.
I'll fill that in as soon as I can.
Alright, so what you do is you take that and you boom. You got your critical spell back, you got extra damage. Alright. And then we can go to Well of Souls. Let me just see. I don't have okay, I have a couple of more lights. I got 4, whatever. I can use 1. Let me just demonstrate it here. Almost light it. Let's see if we get lucky. So we Ulaman the roll. So again, back on Craft of Exile. If you see, there's an Ulaman tag on this spell damage. So we Ulaman prefixed it. So hopefully we can get this roll, right? If you don't get it, too bad. So you can see, I constantly get this Magnetic Ailment lah, which is what I don't want. But let's reroll this. Oh, yeah, you don't get it. So I'm just gonna get this. You don't want mana. At least for my build, I'm not running mana. Unless you're running a mana-based machine gun build, then I think it's a different story. But since I'm not running machine gun base, I'll get the extra 32% instead. Let me just go back home before I look at this thing again. Okay, you can see it's very hard to roll that. I don't know why is it so hard to roll this. It's like equal chance, but it's so difficult to roll that. But anyway, the weight is supposed to be the same, but apparently not. So if you look at that, we got 32%. Honestly, like this is a decent one to start off with for this build. Like eventually you want to hopefully transit off to a 5 to spell damage for 100 maximum life, right? And that's ideal. End of the day, that's what you want to get. So we get that 32%, we get a high spell damage. You get extra lightning damage, which means you'll be able to do shock and extra cold damage, which also in some sense saves you the trouble of dealing cold damage onto the enemy, right? Onto the enemy for you to do the extra cold damage chill things that you chill for the extra damage impact on the ground to shotgun the to shotgun your ice bolts, right? So I have 2 votes. What I actually want to do, right? I don't know if this will work. I can show this. We can try this. Let's get that. Get the ooh. No. No, sorry. Make a mistake. I wanted to get the plus life and then roll it off onto here, but apparently we didn't get it. Never mind. I don't know what I'm doing. Yep. So basically that's that. Passive wise, again you can see. So we're going for pure crit, so more crit lah. We just get as much critical as we can. So requires not met. What do they mean by that?
Go on. Back to the forge with this one.
What do you mean by requires not met? Okay, this is some of the problems that I see, which I don't understand. Let me just reset this. What do you mean by requirements not met? Okay. Get it. I know what's wrong. Oh, I know what's wrong. I have a sudden realization of what's wrong. Oh, you gotta be shitting me. Oh, kidding me, right? Right. Let's see. Yeah, because I enough lost skill. Alright. Okay, let's try Amber Fusilade then. Right. I can actually try. Can we just pull out 3 Amber Fusilades for us to try it? It's not a bad idea actually. Let me get my considered casting. I don't think I've tried. I don't think it will be as high damage what we get here, but hey, who knows, right? Because with the +7, you can get more. I got +7 on this. You get more. You got more bullets flying and all that. Maybe it might be even better. Okay. Let me. So there's a problem with the controller. Is that sometimes I don't know why they lock me out from moving the skill in when I've already had Amber fuse in. It's a bit of a. So I then have to change to my mouse and key, right? You can get this. Consider casting, compress duration. Same thing for cast a critical Amber. Consider casting, prolong duration. Right. We can equip those back on later. I just want to put on my Amber Fusilade and then we can do a test run since I level up already. Maybe it's better for my build. Again, this is only because I have such high fire damage increase here. And everything on my skill set is pushed onto fire damage. Alright, that's the only reason why this even in question right here, right now. Whether this will be a useful build at all. Right, here we go. Just show it to you. Let's just do a random one. Oasis, let's go. Okay, Oasis is a decently nice map to run. Wide open areas. Okay, go. Yeah, like wide open areas. Very nice map to run shit. Again, chilled ground is an ass. Yeah, you can see. Maybe slightly better, maybe. But again, because you can see, I don't get the... So, I can show you something later. I have an extra Heart of the Well with lightning damage. Might be better here. Okay, let me grab that. Because I don't really need the... In this case, I do not need the extra cold damage. I would rather get the extra lightning. Right. So let me just show it to you where it is. It should be right here. Yes. So I can put that on instead of the cold damage. Because I get a bit more critical chance and everything. Right. I could try to get like 100% shock or something on this, but... see, it takes a bit of time for the shock to build up. Yeah, it takes a bit of time before the bullets build up. Not too bad actually, honestly, if you can see. Like, I think to run Ice Darts, you require a bit of investment. I think Amber Fusilade has higher flat damage. see. Get that. Now look at, I get a very decent. Just not too bad. Maybe even better than the arc because of the damage wise. My fire is just so high. Oh my god, chaos, I hate that. Please no. Does me no. Oh, that's not good. Don't get chilled, please. Just so again, if you can see, you don't get as much map clear. Like your 1-on-1 is good. Oh my goodness, that is not great. Hey, is it? So like your 1-on-1 is good but honestly like because you don't get the like arc is great for the shot and the little bit of AoE that you get is very nice. Yeah, let me show you. Ooh. My god. Yeah, again. This is a glass cannon. Maybe we could test it. Okay, maybe we're getting sure. Let's test it out in this. Let's go to rituals. We can test this out. Let me just store some of these things first. Yeah, but then you can do a quick comparison, right? Let's do. So I do the ritual boss because it's a 1-on-1 straight up. I don't have to. I hate breach because breach requires me to go in and out of stuff. It's very irritating. Let's not do 200. 50 is too easy. I think 100 is a good gauge of where we are. Alright, so again, lining up, stack max. Okay. 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 Yep, so easy one shots actually. Where is it? Am I lost? Oh, found it. Wow, what a big round dude. Okay. Come on. Okay. So. Oh, crap! Get up. Come on. So you don't even need the. Yep, that was easy. Yeah, decent. I think you can clear this decently at a high speed. If you see that. I don't need any of this shit. Goodbye. Yeah, if you notice, it's quite a good clear. Alright, that took about let's see how long that take. I didn't exactly time it. Let me just pull back the VOD. Just quick sense how long that took. So we don't have shock, so there's one thing. Okay, let's see. Sorry. Alright. Okay. So now the time now is about... Okay, no, the time now is about... Okay, let me get a timer. Sorry, let me just pull out the timer. Yes. Don't mind me, let's just time this out. Time this shit out. About there. Right? Yeah, so you want to shoot through the flame wall. Right. So it took about, I think about 30 seconds to get into to finish the first phase. Then let's go take a bit of time for movement. Okay, it took about a minute to get to here, so okay, the actual boss itself. Actually, we killed him off quite easily. The health dropping. Okay, it's done. So it took about a minute. It got about a minute or so. About a minute. Slightly less than a minute to kill off the second phase. Right? Okay, let's do a second try. Now, instead of fire ember fusillade, let's try it on here. So we'll do blind and shock conduction. Cross that. That and focus, right? And then let me just sell.
As expected.
Okay.
Time is of the essence.
And then I think we are missing like 5 shards. So let me just buy the shards. Can we buy for ourselves? We can. Okay, maybe just 5 of them. We get 100. Okay, then I need to change this to the ice one. Right? Okay, map device. Let's do a bit of testing on this again. $100. Right, let me clear it first. I'll focus on clearing this before we try to time the lab again. Honestly, I think it's a bit faster. Okay. I think this is faster. It is fast. The damage is way better, but maybe because I am now more clear about what is required to be done. Okay, found it. Go. Come on. Come on. Okay, get up, get up. Okay. Yes. I think this is definitely way better. Definitely way better. I am absolutely certain. Like that I think like shock really makes a huge difference. As you can see. Like the difference is not even close, you know. It's quite insane how much shock makes a difference. Right, okay, let me just sell off some of my stuff. Again. So, alright, let's pull out the vaults again. We can time ourselves again. Let me just pull up. Sorry. Wait, let me just pull up my stream. Let me just pull up the stream. Okay. Let me just get my timer out again. Sorry, stopwatch. Okay, let's. Alright, let's go. Okay, I'll begin the moment we are in and they start off. Okay. Timing up. Not even close, man. It's like not even a bit. Honestly, it's like a huge difference. I think like the shock really does make an insane amount of difference in terms of the number of hits I can get. I think that probably if you want to run triple Ember Fusilade, right, you will actually want to get you can see we're going there. Okay. I'm gonna lap this. And let's go. See how fast I down that. I'm telling you, it's not even close. It took about 50 seconds that time to kill off the second phase. It took about 30 seconds for the next phase, man. It's 30 seconds for the second one. I think there is a huge difference in terms of the damage that you'll be able to get in. I think that if you really want to run triple fist, like in my case, I need to see. This doesn't do any shock, so we're probably gonna need like some sort of shocking mechanism in one of the active skills that I use. Let's just put it this way, right? Somehow be able to do some sort of shocking, right? That's the only way to be able to get it to work. Right. Okay, let me just, since I have a perfect jeweler op, let me just use it on my elemental weakness. Support. Let's get it on the this reach hex blue. No. Is it ritualistic curse? What do I have on this? Sorry, I forgot. Heighten. Prolonged duration, I think. That's great. Some of that. Okay.
Yes?
Let's see. Can I get more perfect jeweler ops? I think I just need
What's new?
a couple more, right? I just need 2 more, I think.
I'll post it right away.
Thank you. 2 more, 1 for flame war. And the other for my frost bomb. We want a prolonged duration too. Onto the curse. Right. Frostborn will be. Let me see if I got a level 3 one. Magnified area 2 actually. And last. Wow, magnified area. Shit, that's the wrong one. Then. What is it that we want? Oh shit, that's the wrong. Ah, crap. I think I got the wrong one. We are missing potent exposure. Oops. That's a level 2 gem. Let's not waste. Right. Potent exposure. And then for Flame War, I think it's gonna be Fire Mastery. That I'm pretty sure is yep. I mean, we could look at terms of this, right? The only other way to do some sort of shock is gonna be like what, lightning grab or lightning conduit, right? Or even spark. Again, that defeats the purpose. I think the only way is to, unless you somehow put shock onto the pinpoint critical, but you gotta get your pinpoint critical in the first place. So I think our hands are a bit tight right now in terms of the build. In terms of running triple Ember Fusillade, honestly, I think if you manage to get the shot in, probably is way better in terms of damage. Let's go. Right, Molten Volt. Let's go. Let's just show Molten Volt. Can demo this again. I know for a fact I can't clear Abyss. Look at that. Let's go. Look at it. Yeah, so the cold damage is nice lah for the. There we go. Ooh. What the hell is that? Ooh! Oops! Oops. Yeah, extra lightning damage. Then if I'm able to get shot in, I probably can get shot damage on hit. It will be interesting. I'm curious, is there any runes that can do shock? I can't believe we're doing like testing here, but this armor exposure, so martial weapon. I'm not doing a martial weapon. Ooh, accessory. Chaos damage from hits with supported skills also contributes to shock chance. Ooh. Now. That might be interesting. If I did lose that, I could actually run again, that's dependent on me losing the pinpoint critical, right? So if I lose pinpoint critical, crit chance now at 30%. This gets my crit chance up to 50%. So actually I want to... I can only do that if I max out like the 3. Get as much critical chance as I can. Right? It's a late game kind of shit to deal with. Okay, we're gonna store the rest of this down first. Then percent a chance to shot if you shoot enough bullets. We'll probably shock someone. Anyway. So I think that was probably like one of the best choice that we can get. Here, let me just show you again this. Get it in. Blop. Right. I was fucked by the irritating shit. Yeah, let's get that. Necropolis. More XP. Let's go. Here we go. Shock. Ooh, look at that. Yeah. Look at it. Look at that, look at. Warping up. So again, okay. Oh, nice. Going down. Nice. Warping. Look at that. Pretty. We need more creeks, man. Going down this way. Oh, boss, really? That was fast. Okay. Oh! Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The watch is so bad. Here we have this. Holy shit, man. They're getting one-shotted by random shit. Send speed, let's go. Let's go. Oh. Ooh. The ignite. Yeah, the arc is just really nice for the AoE clear, man. Oh. Ooh. Ooh, shit. Oh, I'm getting sniped. Anyway, how much is that gem anyway? Five divines or one? Should we?
Hail.
Oh my goodness. That is so nice. Oh, you need lightning damage, so I can't actually run this. Oh my goodness, I almost fucked this up. Fire damage has chaos damage. That's useless. Okay, what if I... Should we... Again. Okay. That's fine. Compress. Consider casting. Now where's my shock? Shock. So if I do shock here, we can do one last test. What if I change that to shock, right? Assume I lose the pinpoint. Okay. Again, consider casting. Compressed. In Ember. Consider casting. Compressed. Right. At 10. Just reset it. Let's try again. I wonder how much shot I'll be able to do with this. Let's go. Stronghold. Molten Vault. Forge. Willow. Hello, Yuri. Let's go, Willow. Let's try the. Let's try this game. Yeah, I'm still clicking quite often actually. Honestly, holy, can I not even take a single dynamite? Let's go ultimatum again. Before I end our stream today, let me just run the ultimatum one last time. I think it's a better test. Not be so it'll be too hard.
Where will your choices bring you?
We don't really shock sufficiently.
Surely things will be different this time and be exceptional and more common than you think. Are you ready, challenger?
Okay. See. See again. We don't deal much shock though. Let's run. Yep. Let's go. Okay. Oops, I missed the. I wonder if. I wonder if the additional lightning damage I get on my.
Don't give up so early. They strike with dark intent.
One can get the chaos damage or lightning damage. I don't know whether we can get it to work though.
Outlives my expectations.
Nice. Now for me, now it's like triple. Let's go. Okay. Come on. Not much shot, honestly. But anyway, I'm killing them all before I do shot. Honestly, feels like the shock is the other one. The arc is better with the frost dart. You get higher crits. Honestly, I think the arc for a frostbolt version is probably better. Yeah, or at least I will have to run arc and ember fusilade.
This is just the beginning.
Arc on one. One of them.
Vines restrict your every move.
Instead of frost dart.
Don't fall behind.
Okay. There you go. Okay. Yeah, let's try it. Yeah, look at it. I'll try on the next boss after this to see if I can do enough shock or not. You know, I might run out and fire Ember Fizzler. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
We are only getting started. They come at you, bleeding and infected.
Let's go. Spawn the lightning box. Okay, you don't do much shock. Yep, you don't do much shock. Okay. Since we do not do much shock on this, I think what we need to do is we need to do arc on that. We'll do shock conduction on this. Blind sight. Pinpoint instead of shock. Right. Okay. Let's try this out now again. Buff. So I think now we can do enough. We do enough shock now. Come on. Wipe down. Yeah. Okay, the arc and all that is enough. Okay, elemental resistance, whatever. I do not have elemental resistance.
Powering the monument requires souls.
Come on. Here we go. Get a Valso. Come on. To the top. Flip that. Let's run. Woo. Run. We won? Oh, I moved away too quickly. I think we're gonna hit a boss soon, I think. Your boss?
Could hardly call that a challenge.
Okay, let's go.
It's rapid.
Alright, let's go. Okay. Ooh, let's run away. Okay. Okay. I think this is way better than Chaos. Yeah, purely because I got much higher spell damage stack and +7 fire spell on my skills.
Impressive. Normally challenges don't
Okay, let's go.
protect them.
Yeah, this feels way better. I mean, we can try out on the boss again. Yep, fire. I one-shot everything with fire. Nice. There we go. Which means we probably can pull in the actual lightning damage on this. And get more lucky hits in. We can even lose a pinpoint critical eventually. Okay. Easy. Let's run. Yeah. Going through. Oh, escort again. I hate escorting quest. Gonna be so slow though. There we go. Woo. Quite nuts actually. Yeah, honestly, like my frost dart is just unless I think like if I'm able to get to craft a staff with high plus to spell skill and spell damage and all the plus 100% whatever, probably the frost dart will be better. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Let's go. I think there's one more. Oh, boss already? That was fast.
Not many make it this far, mortal.
Okay, more of that. I'm not too bothered. Okay.
Chaos will bring you to your
Ooh. Ooh, nice. Honestly, I think this is the best form. That's the best form of this build, I think. Yep, this is the best form of the build, I think. Let's see. I do not think I got any of the fragments available. So, yeah. Okay. Think that's a good place to end our stream. So I think this will be our best form right now until I manage to craft much better stuff with Let's go. Let's go. Maximum mana, who cares about it?
Yes, these are our supplies.
Oh, bye.
Time is of the essence.
Okay, yeah. So it could be stuff like this, 74% spell damage. 1 chaos. You know what? Why not? That's cheap as hell. Oh, but I might roll a mana. Ooh. Right. So like, this is good actually, 94%. 1 divine. 2 annulments. Just quite cheap. We could probably craft something. But I think that's all for today. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll be back tomorrow. And always remember, hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Back tomorrow, probably back more on this continue leveling. And always remember, the death of guy will not stop us. Bye guys. Peace.